Hello, my name is Tamyra Comeaux. I have an office where I practice obstetrics and gynecology called Natural Women's Care, and I have a vitamin line called Vita Doc. Well, after my undergraduate at UCLA, I went to medical school in Atlanta, Georgia at Morehouse School of Medicine, and then I did my residency at Wayne State in Detroit, Michigan. And after that, I went to Houston to start my own practice. And during my first year of practice is when they came out with the study on the hormones, and everybody heard it on the news and threw their hormones in the trash and ran into my office and said, what are we supposed to do now? And I said, I don't know. I mean, I did my residency, they taught me to write hormones. They didn't tell me anything about how to get rid of hot flashes or osteoporosis without them. They were the thing that was supposed to cure everything. So I started to do a lot of research at that time, just for my patients, so that you don't ever want to get asked the same question 2 or 3 times without an answer. So after I read several books and articles and looked on the internet, I was like, I could have a degree in this by now. I've read so many books. And so I did. I got a degree online in a naturopathic medical degree. And I also have a master's degree in holistic nutrition, and I started to incorporate that learning into my practice for my patients. I also do use bioidentical hormones in people who still need a little bit of extra support or help, but a lot of people have other medical conditions where they have been told by other physicians that they should not use hormones, and so there are options for those patients. Females are a very unique population because throughout their lives they do undergo a lot of hormonal changes. Puberty, pregnancy, and the pregnancy ends. That's an abrupt hormone change. Then we go through perimenopause. It takes several years, and it's a very difficult period of time. People are just like, I'm having all these symptoms, please help me. So that's really when a lot of different malfunctions come into play. Like when you're in your 20s, your thyroid gland is functioning perfectly fine. Unfortunately, by the time you go through menopause and your ovarian function is starting to fluctuate, that thyroid has declined. It's not a 20-year-old thyroid, it's now a 45-year-old thyroid. It's not functioning at 100%. Your adrenal glands are also 45. They're not functioning at 100%. Your ovary was actually helping those 2 organs look okay. Once your ovary starts to fail, you've got 3 organs doing something strange at the same time. So we really have, again, a lot of different things to look at during that perimenopausal transition. We do a lot of testing and have a lot of strategies for that transition. And at certain times, hormones are very appropriate to replace, and at sometimes hormones are very, there's other ways that we want to do that. Like I said, I live in Houston. All of the major cities in Texas are in the top 10 cities of obesity in the country. I would say 70% of the people I see have either issues, maintaining their weight, or they're actually gaining weight or need to lose weight. And so when I was researching what type of program I wanted to incorporate into my office regarding obesity, I found the HCG diet. And of course, being a gynecologist, I'm familiar with the drug HCG. It's used in infertility. It's FDA approved for that. So it's a drug that's been around for a different reason for a long time. If you really analyze that diet, there aren't any carbohydrates in it. They're very low. So your pancreas gets a break. Anytime you relieve the function of an organ that's instrumental in making you lose weight, your weight loss efforts are better. So you're not having any carbs, your pancreas gets better. Even though it's a high protein ratio diet, in general you're not eating a lot of protein because you're only eating 500 calories a day, your kidneys have a break. You're not eating any salt, your adrenal glands have a break. So it's basically giving all of your organs a vacation, and they can actually do some recovery and work better. So with or without the hormone cream, whether you use the drops, just that the principles of that diet are so valid that I really have people on some form of that diet. When I first started giving people more natural advice instead of the traditional medical advice, I would say things like, oh, you have a low sex drive? Well, go to GNC. I've seen a product over the counter. Oh, you want to feel less fatigued? Go to Walmart and pick up I would direct people to go to the store and tell them what to take. But then people would just look at me and say, no, we want to take what you're taking. You look 20 and you've got to be 20 years older than that. And that was true. And there were certain things that I personally would take that I would find somewhere, or I would combine things in a certain way and say, I'm going to take this, this, and that together. And I had my own things I was doing that weren't necessarily easy for other people to find or follow. So I started to keep supplements in my office that were either what I was taking, or I would have someone compound them and blend them so they would be easier to consume, like in one pill instead of the 20 that I'm accustomed to taking. So I have like Female Balance in my office. It's now Female Balance Ultimate. It's got 24 different supplements that women can use during PMS, during perimenopause. I've got children who are very young, like 12 years old, with very bad cramps. Their parents don't want them on birth control pills yet. I've relieved a lot of their transitional symptoms with that product also. So a lot of the products that I have in my office really are formulated for like the things that I see very commonly. If you would like to contact us or need any further information about our office, you can call us at 832-237-4200. You can also look at my website, www.naturalwomenscare.com. On that website, there are links to my Facebook page, Natural Women's Care, my Twitter page, VitaDoc2, and also you can look at my blog. You can also download the ebook and check the Amazon link to my vitamins. Vitamins are sold on Amazon.com.